This is Jared for Into Boxing. Delighted to be joined by Hannah Rankin, defending your world titles this weekend. How are you feeling coming into the fight?
Absolutely brilliant. It's really exciting to be in fight week. You do all that hard work, and I always feel like a celebration when we finally get here and we get to do the fun part. So yeah, really excited.
Absolutely. Big performance last time out was against Alejandra Ayala. We're first one to headline the Hydro in Glasgow. Just how was that as a night before we get onto this fight?
It was an incredible night. I think every fighter wants to be headlining in their home city. So to be at home in Glasgow for me was incredible, and we really had an exciting turnout of people, all the way from young kids all the way through to grandparents, and it's great to be breaking through those different demographics as well with people in the boxing world.
Yeah, it was a brilliant performance, like we said, and then you move on to big things. We see Terri Harper now moving up 4 weights to challenge you for the IBO and the WBA belts. What's your thoughts on Terri coming up in weight first, before we talk about Terri as an opponent?
Well, I personally think it's a mistake for her to be coming up to 154. I don't think she's a 154 fighter. She's walking around at that weight, but that doesn't mean that she's a fighter at that weight. So I think it's a bit of a reckless move for her and her team, but by all means, we'll find out on Saturday night.
So she just said in the press conference she walks around naturally there, but at 154, apologies. But do you think, building onto that as well, it's going to still be a struggle for herself to come up, especially to challenge a tough, strong champion like yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a true 154, a reigning defending world champion at this weight. I feel great at 154. So I'm a big, strong fighter there. And also I think this is, one step too far for her. So, it'll be interesting for her to be carrying that extra weight and this on her frame and, see how she responds to it.
Absolutely. Well, from yourself, you've been in with some of the best in the women's boxing, it was mentioned there, Claressa Shields, Savannah Marshall, etc. So, do you think that could even play a factor? Terri has been in with high-level opponents, but you've obviously been in, as it stands, as people call it, the highest that there is. Does that play a part into your advantage?
Absolutely. I think Noel will agree with me, my coach. So I've sparred all around the world with all different fighters. I've fought some of the best fighters in the world, some of the pound-for-pound champions. So, my experience is really great in the sport, and I think it's going to stand me in good stead on fight night. And, it's another big night to showcase what I can do, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
And how are you going to look to finish this fight? Is it take it round by round, see how it goes, or will you be looking for a stoppage of Terri Harper?
I'm not going to predict anything, as no fighter ever does. But for me, obviously, stoppage would be wonderful, KO would be wonderful. But if I win on points, just as good. But it'll be my arm that gets raised at the end.
We have a plan, and on Saturday, everyone will see.
Yes.
Simple.
Yeah, just to finish off, away from this weekend's fight night, as I mentioned, Claressa Shields, Savannah Marshall, 2 former opponents of yours, set to lock horns now October the 15th. Can we get a prediction from yourself on that fight?
Absolutely. I'm standing by what I said right from the very beginning. I think Claressa wins that fight on points. I just think her ring IQ and her experience as a championship fighter is just too great.
Brilliant. I appreciate your time, Hannah. All the best for Saturday.
Thanks very much. Cheers.